Let's talk about design systems for a little bit. First, what is a design system? You might think it's like a style guide, or maybe you think it's like a bunch of components, like code Legos or a pattern library. A design system contains both style guide and pattern library types of content. Both style guides and pattern libraries fall under the design system umbrella. But a style guide deconstructs an aesthetic to show you what makes it tick. Animators use style guides to ensure that when drawn by multiple different people, a character looks consistent, like it was drawn by one person. A pattern library is a collection of UI chunks that can be stuck together to make websites, apps, whatever. It has more in common with a sprite sheet, which is a big collection of images that are used to animate a character in a game. It shows them in every pose that they'll be shown in. So both style guides and pattern libraries are contained within design systems, but design systems contain other things too. The other things are basically any documentation that it takes to get work done at an organization. Here's another way to put it. In her book, Expressive Design Systems, Yesenia Perez Cruz says it like this. When you create a design system, you're not just creating reusable patterns. You're operationalizing how your company approaches design. Big organizations have difficult problems. Imagine two designers within a big organization that are working on separate products. Maybe one is a website and one is a native app. They both work really hard and release their products into the wild. One of the designers turns their product into a system. They think everybody should use it, because that'll make the experience consistent across different touch points. But that system doesn't really work well for other products within that organization. Breaking an existing product into components probably won't make a system that serves everybody. The system work needs to be done on the brand/organization level if it's going to be useful to everybody. Design systems should explain design. This is not a website. It's a picture of a website, also known as a comp. Designers make comps to communicate what a website should look like when it's built. And comps are not important. What's important is all of the little decisions that were made to create the comp. Decisions like this. When a font is 16 pixels or less, use all caps, because at small sizes, all caps is more readable. These decisions can be broken down into a what and a why. The what being what should be done, the why is the reasoning why it should be done. Like this. What should you do? Make important things orange. Why should you do it? Because orange contrasts with our other colors, which draws attention. The why isn't always justified either. Maybe the designer is saying to make the logo bigger just because the CEO wants it. These what and why combinations belong in your design system. Just maybe not the CEO thing. When you're ready to start adding content to your design system, it should start really general. Here's where I recommend you start. First, typography. Figure out what typefaces you're going to be using. Figure out some heading and paragraph styles. Just about any kind of content can be represented as text, so it's worth it to make sure that your typography foundation is rock solid. Next, think about colors. What colors are associated with your brand? And how do those colors map up to common UI colors like error states and forms? Finally, buttons. Buttons show up all over the place in websites and apps. Buttons are how you ask users to take actions. So figure out the most important actions that you'll be asking users to take and design buttons for those. Those buttons can be used to start a system of buttons that can be extended as needed. Starting with general concepts rather than specific components makes your ideas more portable across different platforms. Finally, you should invent design units other than components. Design systems are all about creating harmony, especially between design and development. And a harmony isn't two people singing the exact same note. It's singing two notes that sound really good together. Within design systems, the most common unit of design is components. But components don't have to be the only unit of design. Here's an example of where you might want to invent a new unit of design. Let's say you want to make your website more flexible for your content editors. They want to be able to put any kind of content on any of your background colors. That's going to fall apart pretty quickly because your designers didn't account for this. To solve this, you could invent another unit of design. Let's call it skins. A skin consists of a background color, a foreground color, and a link color. With this definition in mind, a designer can go wild and design as many skins as they'd like. These skins can then be turned into code in one way or another. And the implementation here doesn't matter all that much. I'm picturing an implementation that uses custom properties, or maybe you could do something fancy in React to get it done. That doesn't matter too much. What's more important is the contract between design and development. Design systems should create clear contracts between design and development, and I think there's a lot of room to get creative about how you turn design into development within a design system. That's it. Thanks for following along.